Hey there, it's Laurel Wild Jr. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, and if you followed me over the last couple of years, you know I'm a huge football fan, but my beloved Chicago Bears just didn't make it this year. But it doesn't prevent me from enjoying the Super Bowl, and if you're like the other 100 million Americans this year, you're watching the Super Bowl for either the football, the halftime show with J-Lo and Shakira, or the commercials, which we all enjoy. But every Super Bowl kind of is surrounded by food, and if you've been watching me over the last couple of years, you know I love to cook. So every Super Bowl, we try to think of something interesting to cook. And a couple of years ago, you may remember, as I smoked a pork shoulder to make Cuban sandwiches, which one of my son's favorites. If you also remember, it was an enormously freezing day. It was nearly 0 degrees, and I was smoking, and there was, it was snowing and it was freezing. But nonetheless, we made this great pork for the Cuban sandwiches. Well, a month later, when I went to the Fabby event, Jeremy Beyer from Connecticut told me, "I loved watching your video of smoking that pork." And he goes, "That's the reason I actually came to the Fabby event." And Jeremy is like this really successful guy in Connecticut, but that was the motivation. He kind of felt like there was a connection between he and I with the cooking, and maybe you'll find a connection here today. So I'm going to take you through my steps. Today I'm going to be smoking wings, chicken wings. I don't usually eat chicken wings, but for Super Bowl Sunday, we kind of indulge. So I'll show you my process today. I'm getting my fire ready. But also, you're watching this today, and the Super Bowl is already over. And so you know the outcome. I don't know the outcome today. The Chiefs are playing the 49ers, and I think there's some really interesting lessons that we can learn from the two teams that are playing. First of all, the coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, has been an enormously successful coach, but he's never won the Super Bowl as the coach. So today when we're watching it, he may have won the Super Bowl, but he's a real testament of perseverance. He's worked hard throughout his career. But really what's interesting, no matter how many times he has failed, he always talks about working hard, but the most important thing is his family. And he never puts anything ahead of his family. I think that's a great lesson. And if we look at the other side of the field, the 49ers. The 49ers were the second worst team in the league last year. They were 4-12, and they're only the third team in the league to go from a 4-12 season to the Super Bowl. And I think a lesson that can be learned from that is no matter how bad last year was or no matter how bad things are going, you can always work to turn those around. So if you're sitting there listening to me and you've watched the Super Bowl and one of these two teams have won and you've kind of celebrated that from afar, and if you haven't signed up to come to the Fabby event March 13th, 14th, and 15th, what are you waiting for? Fabby event is about like-minded people working on their business together, trying to provide better patient care and working together among a bunch of really great people. So if you're sitting on your couch watching the Super Bowl and you did it over the weekend, you haven't signed up for the Fabby event, do it now. Go to the bottom of this page and sign up for the Fabby event right now. I guarantee you will not regret it. A year from now, when you're watching the Super Bowl, you're going to think, best decision I ever made, going to the Fabby event in 2020. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you my process of cooking smoked chicken wings, and I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl and have a great week. All right, so I'm ready to start smoking. My fire's ready. I've got my indirect heat plate on. I've got my chicken wings, which I have put salt, pepper, and some cayenne pepper on. I've got my chips, my Applewood chips that I've soaked in water. So first thing I'm going to do is put my Applewood chips on the fire. So I have to lift up my hot plate, and we have to put in the chips. This is what's going to give all the great smokiness. And just mix those around into the charcoal. When I smoke, I like to have under the smoking a combination of vinegar and apple cider. It helps keep a lot of moisture in the smoke. So I put that under. Then I'll put my my grill top grate on top there. Really importantly, we have to oil the grill before we start smoking. It keeps the meat from sticking to the grill. So real important thing, I use vegetable oil and make sure I prepare the grill really well. And then I'm gonna put my wings on, and I'll organize them so they're all individual. And we'll get them all separated out. Then we're gonna close the top, and we're gonna get it at about 225, 250, and we're gonna leave it there for a good hour 15, and then we're gonna come back and do some more with it at that point. Okay, we're back. We've had the wings have been on first about an hour and 15 minutes. I checked them, they looked great, and then I raised the temperature to really crisp them. So it's been about an hour and a half that they've been on. Come take a look, come get a little closer, take a look. They look awesome. So we're gonna take them off the grill right now, and then we're gonna go inside and toss them with some nice dry rub. All right, now we've got all the wings off. We're gonna add this nice dry rub and toss it in here. The game starts in 30 minutes, and we've got some sauces ready to dip as well. All right, the game is about to start. We've got all of our food on the table. I'm gonna try my wing. Really good. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Have a great week.